suspects and see what they have to say. Usual suspects, you can now see the final 6 statements, and next to them are Sean's answers. Sean, your answers are now locked in. You can't change them by yourself, but if you think you've made a mistake, you can unlock them with the help of the usual suspects. This will, however, come at a cost. So, Sean, who would you like to hear from first?
I'd like to hear from Cleve first, please, Nick.
Cleve.
How do you think you've done here?
I think I've done pretty well there, Cleve. Yeah, I'm actually quite confident.
Well, in that case, I share your sentiment, mate. I think you've done pretty well, and there's only thing I think I would change. So I'm going to just say best of luck to you, pal.
Thank you, Cleve.
Thank you very much, Cleve. Who would you like to hear from next?
Damien, please.
There is one that I think you may have wrong, but I'm not prepared to put my money where my mouth is. So in this case, I'm going to count myself out.
And Emma, please.
You have definitely got one wrong.
How sure are you that I got it wrong?
Positive. I'm absolutely positive.
What would you want to come down for?
5k?
How about we go 50-50, Emma, and you come down, and we both walk?
Okay, yeah.
So you're offering £4,500. Are you happy with that offer, Emma?
Yeah, okay.
The negotiations are concluded for £4,500 of the £9,000. Emma, please come down and join us. Okay, Sean, you've asked Emma to come down and help. If you achieve perfection, it will cost you £4,500 of your potential prize fund of £9,000. Emma, you've now forfeited your chance to play in the next game. This is your only shot at winning perfection.
Yeah.
Have you made the right decision? I think we're about to find out. Here are the final round statements. All 6 answers are now unlocked. Emma, you came down to help. Maybe you'd like to say hello and explain to Sean what it is you want him to change.
D. Madonna, I'm pretty certain was born in 1958. I'm a big fan.
It's the one that, yeah, I thought it might have been a bit earlier.
Yeah.
I was basing it on my mum's age, and I'm thinking, yeah, it could be a bit earlier.
Yeah.
So I'm happy.
False.
I'm happy to change that, Nick, from true to false, please.
Okay, D changes from true to false. Is there anything else you want to change before we lock the thing down?
How confident are you with the other answers?
I'm fairly confident in the other ones.
Even
Yeah.
E, the BBC television service was launched in 1936.
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
I'm happy to keep everything else the same then, Nick.
Okay, your answers are now locked in. There you go. £9,000 at stake. £4,500 to Sean, £4,500 to Emma. 6 answers away. Let's find out if you've achieved perfection. Now, D and E were the ones that you talked about there. You changed one and you didn't change the other. I think they're going to be probably the most interesting ones. Let's start at the top and get underway. There is a lion on Kenya's national flag. Now, Sean, you thought this was false. Emma had no reason to disagree with you. We need this to turn red to get you off to a good start. Is it true or false? It is false. There's a shield and spears, in fact, on it. A netball team typically consists of 4 players. Sean, you said you thought there were more players. Emma was very happy with that.
The 7, I think.
7, you think? Okay, stuck with false. You need this to turn red. Is it true or false? It is false. And you're absolutely right. It is 7 players, typically. So, moving on. Perth in Australia is 12 hours ahead of London. You said false. Emma, you had no reason to disagree with this. So, you went with false as well. If you're right about this and it turns red, you are halfway to the money. Perth in Australia is 12 hours ahead of London. Is that true or false? Yes, it is false. 8 hours at GMT, or now people use UTC rather than GMT, but it's essentially the same sort of thing. Madonna was born in the 1960s. Now, this was the one that you changed. The BBC television service was launched in 1936. This is the one that you talked about but didn't change. Let's deal with the bottom one first, especially as, Sean, you're very sure about this. Peterhouse is a college at Cambridge University. You've recently been to Cambridge to talk about university colleges. So you said true. If this turns green, you are just 2 away from £9,000 between you. Peterhouse is a college at Cambridge University. We're expecting this to turn green. Is it true or false? It is true. Actually, Cambridge's oldest college. So let's go back up to the 2 that you talked about. D, Madonna was born in the 1960s. You're about to find out, Sean, whether it was a good idea to have Emma come down and join you, whether you've changed an answer towards perfection, or whether Emma has come down and changed you away from perfection. How confident are you feeling about this one, Emma?
I'm confident. Yeah.
You are confident?
Yeah. Yeah.
You obviously know your pop stars.
Yep.
So, Sean said true. Emma changed it to false, believing that it's 1958.
Yeah.
If this turns red, you are just 1 away from the £9,000. Madonna was born in the 1960s. Is that true or false? It is false. And you're absolutely right, Emma, it was 1958. So we come to the final one you talked about and didn't change. It all rests on this one. The BBC television service was launched in 1936. Sean, you said it was false. Emma came down, decided not to change it and left it at false. If this turns red, you walk away with £9,000, £4,500 each. If it turns green, you walk away with nothing and the money rolls over for the usual suspects. The BBC television service was launched in 1936. You need this to turn red. Is it true or false for £9,000? It's true. It's true. BBC television service was launched in 1936. Sean and Emma, I'm afraid you haven't achieved perfection, which means you won't be going home with the money. Bad luck, the two of you. Usual suspects, that is good news for you. The prize fund rolls over to the next game, where one of you could be playing for a total of £10,000. Sean and Emma, you failed to achieve perfection, which means you go home with nothing other than our thanks for being such great contestants. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Sean and Emma. Well, that's all we have time for. Please join us again next time when our usual suspects have the chance to play again, this time for £10,000. But remember, on this show, 5 out of 6 just isn't good enough. We only pay for perfection. Goodbye.
Nick's back tonight on BBC One with the DIY